G'day guys, bit of a different video today. So this Lotto was one of the first locks I ever bought after taking up lock sport, and I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite lock for a long time until one day I picked it and I turned the core the wrong way and I joined the Rattled Club. So today is the day that I try and crack this open and fix my favorite lock. So yeah, what I had originally intended to do was use a bit of super glue and just try and glue the seams back after I'd cracked it open. But keyless entry came through, and another gift I got from him, along with a couple of Lotto locks in that trade I did with him, which was very generous. He gave me this 3D printed Lotto shell. So the idea is, and we'll see how this goes, tears and all, I'm going to crack this open using a little vise and then try and not let everything explode everywhere and rebuild this lock inside this 3D printed body. So that's the plan. How it works, I have no idea, but yeah, you guys are along for the ride. So let's start tightening this up and see what happens. Well, that was the sound that I guess we were expecting, but it still hurt to hear. Don't actually know what cracked. We might need to whack it back in there and go again. I do have some little screwdrivers just out of screen to help me pry it apart if need be. So let's get one of those now and we'll just try. Nope. We might have a little bit of, oh, there we go. Yep, so it has broken the plastic in such a way that I think it would be very, very difficult to glue. So that's a big win for the frame. Big win for the 3D printed part. I am still a bit nervous, to be honest, because I don't know how I'm going to assemble the shackle in that 3D printed part. So we will have to see. But along for the journey together. Whoop, and I heard something drop. Hopefully it was a ball bearing, because at least I'd know where that went. Okay, let's so we've got the top of the lock there. We've got one ball bearing still in the cover there, I can see. It's a metal actuator, that's cool. All right, try and get this out of the way. I do have a little pinning tray here, so we can put what we need to in there. Okay, so we've got a little ball bearing. We've got the shackle. Move this a bit closer. Oh, man, there's a bit of weight to that actuator. It's really made nicely. Okay, so that went in that way for the lock. Okay, and we've got so we've got 4 pins in their correct positions, so we're only going to have to figure out 6 and 3. Okay, so we've got 5. That's right, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. Whoop. So that's 5. the best way to do this. Actually, I don't think these keys matter too much because these are the key pins. So we'll be able to decode that with the key. All right, let me just this is the key. If I had a pick, I'd be able just to pop them out, but I didn't actually put one on the table. So there's one. Two. Just move this down a bit so I don't run the risk of leaving the frame. So you guys can play along at home. That's 4. That's actually out of the Bible. It's not a key pin, and you can tell. Well, I'm sure the vast majority of you will know, but I'll explain. Look how tiny this little pin is. So if we look at that, let me get a bigger one so it's easier to see. Let's put that there because I don't actually know where it came from. But if you look at that, so you know it's a key pin because the bottom of it is rounded, and it's rounded like that so that it can slip over the bitting of the key. So the key pins are rounded like that, but the security pins that are up in the Bible, they're like little barrels. They're square on both ends. I'm not sure how well you can actually see that, but yeah, they're square on both ends.
John hit me with something on his bed.
So we've got the
Something on his bed.
we've got the kids coming through having a little argument. Go on, mate. Thank you. Awesome. Cool. So there's the rest of the key pins. All right. So now we've got all of them out. I suppose we've got to try and rotate that. And we should be able to do that just by pushing a pickup and rotating it back. Give me a sec, I'll just grab a pick. Okay, see if we can spin that away. Just trying to see what's holding us up there. Looks like a spring, so I don't want to push it too hard. Maybe we can take this clip off and get a shim down the back. Okay, let's see if we can get a shim down there. So I think this is the spring right here, that's the issue. Maybe if I just push that down. Oh no. It is that spring, but that spring is looking very mangled. Alright, well, we've got one out here. That's 6. 6, and its spring is deep. And there's the mangled spring from 5. There's 4. 3. 2. And 1. Whoop. Okay, and there's 1, and I think this is our rip spring. Let's see how bad it is. I'll leave the rest of the springs in there. Yeah, it's really not great, is it? Okay. Well, it could definitely be worse. So I'll have to get a replacement spring for that one. But the rest of it is looking pretty good. We'll just reorientate these key pins, and maybe that will have to be the end of the video for this one, and I'll either edit them together or post them up as a stage 1 and a stage 2. So we already have 1 and 2. Whoop. Four. Okay, it looks like that's really high. Alright, got it on the first guess. Alright, so we've got the pin position now. Got our little ball bearings. Got our actuator, our shackle. I just need to get a new spring, and then we'll reassemble and go from there. And hopefully this little Loto 410 will live again via the technology of 3D printing. Cheers, guys.